We flew into Florence, Italy, then took a bus 1 hour west to the city of Lucca. Most recognizable for its magnificent 500-year-old city walls. Fully intact, they are among the best preserved Renaissance fortifications in all of Europe, and the second largest intact walled Renaissance city after Nicosia, Cyprus. We stayed just south of the walls, an 18-minute walk. For the bus, tap to pay was an easy alternative to places we didn't feel like walking to. On the north side of town, the weekly city market took up several acres of a large parking lot, but was mainly a place to shop for bargain clothing. It's the medieval walled city that's Lucca's real attraction, and it looked particularly lovely in golden autumn colors. Lucca's first town was a Roman colony from about 180 BCE, which grew into a municipium a century later. Central Lucca streets preserve the Roman grid street plan. The Piazza dell'Anfiteatro was originally a 1st century Roman amphitheater. Its buildings still follow the original curves of the theater. Looking like the work of ancient Romans, the neoclassical aqueduct of Nottolini outside the city walls was built in the 19th century. It once ran 3 kilometers into the mountains south of Lucca, but it hasn't been used for nearly 100 years after it was cut by the A11 motorway under Benito Mussolini's government. Medieval Lucca became prosperous from the silk trade 1,000 years ago. The current cathedral was constructed during this time, and Lucca was a major medieval pilgrimage stop on the northern route to Rome, because the cathedral holds the city's most precious relic, the Holy Face. The Torre Guinigi dates from the latter half of the 14th century, known for the oak trees growing on top. And the Gran Palazzo Fanner is a hotel in a 17th century Baroque palace. The great opera composer Giacomo Puccini was born in Lucca in 1858, and there's no shortage of classical music around the city. The Boccherini Conservatory is named for an 18th century Lucca native composer and cellist, and we found a concert that, most importantly, started early. But also was performed on Baroque-era instruments. The paper program and introductions were all in Italian, but we could translate the concert webpage to English. It was an unusual sound, on unusual pieces, and a fantastic evening of great music. After the show, we went to dinner at a wonderful place decorated like a country home. Known for its fresh-made pasta. We took the long way home to try and walk off our full bellies. It's hard to overstate how amazing Lucca's walls are, especially because you can bike on top of them and go all the way around. And if you get thirsty, there are plenty of water fountains along and inside the walls. There are many biking options in Lucca, with organized tours, or they're happy to show you the routes and just let you rent. There's a cycling route to Pisa, but at 6 hours round trip, we decided to take the train. But that's the story for our next video.
While Matt was biking along the river, I took the train 90 minutes to La Spezia, where I bought an unlimited day ticket for the Cinque Terre trains and buses that run the length of the famous coast. I started at the far end at Monterosso, the only one of the 5 towns that's at sea level, with an easy-to-access beach. Cinque Terre scenery is breathtaking. But the terrain is rugged, and the next town can be a steep climb away. So I opted for the relatively short hike from Cornelia to Vernazza, as it was supposed to be mostly downhill. My early start on an October day avoided both the crowds and heat that Cinque Terre is known for. And I found a great limonada stand about halfway along the way. The hike wasn't as easy as I expected, and I rewarded myself with a pizza near the Piazza of Vernazza. It was a wonderful solo day trip I can highly recommend.
Our last short outing from Lucca was a half hour by bus, northwest of town, up in the hills. The Fattoria al Dotto was recommended on a local Facebook group for wine tastings. We arrived early, and it was a great thing since we had time to check out the gorgeous church a bit higher up the hill, and the Fattoria's olive trees and grapevines. The wine tasting was overlooking the Serchio River Valley, a spectacular view even when it started raining. There were 3 tasting courses to choose from, and we went with the basic 5 wines. We'd had some wonderful food and wine while in Lucca, but this 5-course wine and food pairing was next level, and we were completely stuffed. We enjoyed the wine so much that we had to buy some. The Tuscan food and wine continues in our next video as we hit the annual Terra de Pisa.